Everybody's watching. Everybody's watching you.
Welcome back to Aftermath, Life After Reality TV, the podcast where we talk about what happens after the cameras stop rolling. I'm Kat Perkins, familiar to all this as I was a top 5 finalist on season 6 of The Voice.
And I'm Tryton co-host, performer, nurse, and someone who lives for the moment right after the spotlight hits. We are here for the real story, the emotional, mental, and personal journey that comes after reality TV.
Today, we're talking about resilience, reinvention, and what it really means to find your voice, lose it, and fight to get it back. Please welcome Sarah Potenza, powerhouse vocalist from The Voice Season 8 and America's Got Talent. Sarah, welcome to Aftermath.
Hey, I'm so happy to be here with you guys. How fun.
I just got the goosebumps. I am your biggest fan. I was your biggest fan on The Voice, and I still am.
Oh, you're so sweet to me. You're so sweet. Oh, this is why I should have picked Adam like you did. Oh my God.
I forgot who was your coach. Sorry,
I picked Blake. I had a 4-chair turn and I picked Blake.
That's right.
But that was a decision I made based on strategy and fear, and I will never make a decision based on fear again. I promised myself after that. Yeah, I did.
I mean, I did the same thing, but I was pretty lucky to land the Mr. Levine thing. I mean, he was just so great. So what a journey. Okay, well, let's get into it. Tryton, go for it.
Okay. Sarah, before the big stages, before the national audience, who were you and what did your everyday look like before The Voice?
Oh my gosh. I was waiting tables at a little restaurant called the Family Wash in East Nashville, where I lived. That's like a neighborhood in Nashville. And I was also trying to perform. That summer before I was on The Voice, I traveled all over the country and slept in this van that I bought from a church and performed at like bars and stuff while people played Keno and ignored me.
God.
Yeah. So that's who I was. That's what I was up to.
Oh my God. So then, okay. So wait, you did not grow up in Tennessee?
No, I grew up in
correct?
Rhode Island. Yeah. Yeah.
And
then
when did you move?
So I moved from Rhode Island to Chicago when I was 22, and I lived in Chicago for 10 years, and then I moved to Nashville, and I still live in Nashville.
Okay,
and I'm
so
46.
then did you ever, was The Voice on your radar, and how did you end up saying yes to this? Like, we're talking kind of a big leap there, you know?
The Voice was on my radar. I remember seeing like season 1 and 2 and being like, well, I should do that. And then they came and auditioned in Chicago, and I went to the audition, much to my ex-husband's chagrin, which I'll explain later. And then I didn't get picked. And then I auditioned 2 more times. I think once more in Chicago and then again in Nashville, like the cattle call audition where you like wait in line. And then one day I was at the grocery store and I got a voicemail from some guy named Toby who was like, hey, my name's Toby and I'm a producer for The Voice and I saw you on YouTube and then I looked you up and you were in our system because you auditioned before and we want to invite you to the executive auditions. And that was like, that was in 2015. Yeah.
So all of the times you actually auditioned and took action to do that, were cattle calls. Like you stood in line.
Yeah. I didn't know anybody. So I just went and stood in line. And then you know how like you stand in line and then you're like at some weird hotel and you stand up and you're like, my name's Sarah Potenza and I'm going to sing you Wind Beneath My Wings. And then you sing them like 30 seconds of a song while they look at their laptops and like ignore you. They looked up. They liked me.
Not paying attention.
No, but this was the issue. The first one of the time they all looked up and then they were like, sing us another song. And I was not prepared because I didn't know. So I sang like Alicia Keys off the cuff, but I remember I knew that it wasn't good. Like I just was nervous and I couldn't quite get it together. And I didn't get picked, but then they called me back. So it all worked out.
Was it a long time after that they contacted you?
Yeah, I auditioned for like season 3, 4, and maybe 3, 4. No, I auditioned for season 3 and 4, and then I auditioned again for season 7, and then I got into season 8. Yeah.
Okay.
So see, kids,
Wow.
you just just keep going.
Perseverance there.
Yeah.
Truly. So when you were
Yeah.
auditioning, did you tell anybody that you were auditioning, or did you kind of just do it hush hush? You were just like, you went in, auditioned, and went home and
Oh, I told certain people. I told my mom, who told other people.
That's how it happens.
Yeah, I told certain people. Like, I was pretty excited about the getting flown to LA to the executive audition. I didn't know you weren't supposed to tell people, so I just told people because who cares?
No.
And then once I
Yeah.
passed that stage, and I was like, they were like going to fly me to LA for the next round of auditions. They were like, "Don't tell anybody, or we'll kick you off the show."
So
Totally.
you're like, well, I just told my
So-
cab driver.
I was like, "Well, I mean, I already posted
just
it on Facebook, so
Yeah, literally.
it'll probably be okay." I told my mom. She told everybody in my hometown. It'll probably be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have this similar experience in that moment because I never stood in line. I was never on my radar.
Oh my God, you
I know.
bee.
I know.
You got
It's like,
recruited?
it's
Did you get
so
recruited?
unfair. I got recruited from a viral video on YouTube and got the call. I was sitting in Sturgis, South Dakota at the bike rally performing, and they were like, "We want you to get on a plane and come out to what they call the executive audition."
Yeah,
I also
yeah.
remember they didn't say don't tell anyone. I just didn't because I was like, I'm not. This is no. Like, oof, that's too much to just tell people. So I think a lot of people thought I was in rehab, which I thought was really funny.
Oh my God.
Because I was just like going to rock and roll camp and I'll see you later,
Oh my
and had to
God.
take a bunch of time off, But, so in my experience, the executive audition before the blind is, if people are following that, if they heard my episode of this podcast, I explained that, but there was like maybe a month in between those. Was that yours as well? Where it's like they send you home from executives and then they call you and say, okay, you're coming back to the blind.
Yeah. I remember I
Remember
was
that?
waiting tables, and I got a phone call from like a 310 number, which is like LA. And I was like
Yes.
in the middle of like taking someone's order. And I was like, I have to go. I have to go outside and take this phone call and be back.
I'm sorry.
I was like, sorry, it's the voice. And told them all
It's
about
the
it. And I didn't.
voice.
Yeah, sorry,
I
it's the
gotta-
voice.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
I can't. I'll be back.
So
We'll get
when-
you those mashed potatoes.
When,
Yeah.
when you got that call and you knew, like, okay, like for me, like now you're like, okay, I guess I'm flying out there and at least potentially going to have this blind audition. When you get it out there, there's like
Yeah.
some people that don't get to, right? But
I know.
and I didn't know that, so thank God. But what hit you first when it was like, okay, I'm getting on that plane, we're gonna do this, and like about the show, you've already tried to do this. What was the emotion that hit you first? Of like, were you nervous? Were you scared? Were you excited?
No, I was just excited. And I was excited. I wasn't nervous. I think I like locked that up. Like I was like, you can be nervous after, but right now you just have to execute. Like what you
Yeah.
have to go out there and just execute this, and you can't allow yourself to get nervous. Like just
1000%.
pretend that it's just a show. Just pretend that
Exactly.
Adam's playing Keno and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Just pretend like he's just in that bar that you've been performing in
yeah.
forever, and it's fine.
That's all.
That was hard for me to do. But as a whole, though, I've never asked this question, so this might be a hard one, but I would love your answer to this. As a whole, like, how would you describe the experience from that point on, from the inside info of it to like have our listeners experience what we experience on the inside?
Oh, I mean, I thought it was like one of the best days of my life. Like,
Every day?
yeah, I thought it was great. I mean, I was like on TV and I was getting attention and I was having a great time, and I was getting to wear all these like awesome, super expensive clothes and stuff. The only thing that bothered me, was they were really like tight about like information. Like they'd be like, they want you in high heels and they want you to wear this color lipstick, and I'm like, who is they? Like, what is this? Like, I didn't know. And then it would like mess with me. Like I would be like, well, I have a different hairstylist today, and I'm not. Does that mean that they're gonna kick me off the show?
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like that. Like yeah,
sure.
there was a lot of like not knowing what was going on, and that made it feel like more nerve-wracking than it needed to be. If they had just been like, oh, the executive the people that are like watching the show also like did a focus group, and they don't think that you look feminine enough, so we're gonna give you red lipstick. Like then I would have felt like better. Oh, but I knew that was the thing. I was much more butch back then. I was
I mean,
closet. I was in the closet and butch.
were you were still, yeah, I guess you were still in the closet from following your journey just on the
Yeah.
outside, but I guess that's when I met you. I met you
Yeah.
on the show, like backstage.
Yeah.
I would have never said butch, but like you had shorter hair, but you just had this thing that was just so unique and different, and just I was
Aw,
so drawn
thanks.
to you. I was drawn to you through a television screen. Like I believed you. I was like, she is my friend and she doesn't know it yet through a TV screen.
That's great. I love that.
Like,
Well, it's true.
that's how it came off. And it also came
It's
off
true.
very at ease, and you made it look so easy. But a lot of people say that to me, and it was not easy for me. And I was freaking
No.
out every moment of every day.
I was freaking out. It was like, I'd be like, they put me first. I'm definitely getting eliminated. Like, I was freaking out. You know what really I remember, this is so funny. Okay, so I remember all the like young pretty girls on the show were all like complaining that they were getting like, I don't want to, are we allowed to swear on this or no?
Yes,
We
of
don't
course.
have.
Oh yeah.
We can
Okay,
totally swear.
they were getting dick pics and they were complaining about them. Like, and then I was like I remember overhearing it and thinking to myself, I haven't gotten any dick pics. I'm totally getting eliminated. Like, I was like, oh, nobody likes me.
I'm totally getting
Oh my
eliminated.
God.
Yeah.
That is
Today's my day.
hilarious.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God. And I go through my messages. I'm like, nobody's messaging me but lesbians. Oh no.
No.
Oh no. Oh no.
Because
The
they knew.
feelings are
The
starting.
lesbians knew. They knew I was gay, but they knew. They just knew.
They knew.
Yeah.
You just didn't. You weren't ready to put it out there.
I didn't know. I didn't really know.
So this was a self-discovery. But did you have this self-discovery at all during your season?
No. I was
Voice
too
of, like-
busy. It was too many other things going on.
Yeah, and you were married, right?
And I was married, and I met my ex-husband in like the 8th grade. So like we were best friends, and I love him. I will always love him.
Yeah.
I don't we're not in communication anymore, but I hope that he is like having the time of his life and is so happy, and
Yeah.
it seems like he is, but I didn't know.
Sure.
No, I didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops.
But well wishes to him.
Yeah, but
We
well
wish him well.
wishes. We wish him well.
He's
Yeah.
a killer guitar player.
Oh, okay. So you turned 4 chairs with your blind audition, which is also insane. That's definitely a small club out there.
Well deserved.
But what did that moment feel like in your body, in your mind, just
I
all,
was
all,
so-
all
it
over?
was-
Just like what?
It was the most validating feeling because like I knew I was a good singer, and I would spend so much of my life like saying yes while other people said no to me, that to have that
Yeah.
moment felt like I told you so. I knew it. I knew I could do it. I knew I was a good singer. It felt unbelievable. It felt like a dream,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Tryton,
It was
you
like a
have
dream.
you have in the notes here, first episode,
Yeah.
first singer. So was that how
Yeah,
it
so-
aired?
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
that was my question. No, that's literally where I was going with it.
Okay, good.
In your air, it was like you were the first singer, first
Yeah.
episode. Was that
Yeah.
how it was actually
Was that
happened?
real?
Were you the first singer of the season?
No.
Right.
I was on day 3 of the
Okay.
5 days of blind auditions, and it was a weird day because I went at like 8 in the morning, and then a couple more people got to go, and then I think Pharrell didn't feel good, and they stopped for like a couple days. So like what happened with
Oh.
like the people that were already in waiting is they didn't send them back to the original hotel. They like brought them to a third hotel. Like they went to like a purgatory to like
Right.
wait,
Love.
and they didn't know what was going on, and they were like, what is happening? And it was super weird because they like vanished. Like it was like all the other people are back at the other hotel, and then like this group of like 20 people, where did they go?
The Lost Tribe.
The
Yeah,
Lost
they were just
Tribe
like the Lost Tribe. Yeah.
Were you still in the moment on your season were they still taking your phones away at that moment? Because I don't think they do that
Yes.
anymore. But
No, they took our
okay.
phones. And then I remember people had burners. Like I was like, wait, how do you have a phone? And they'd be like, oh, I gave them a fake phone. And I was like, dude, you are bold. Because I did everything they
Yeah.
said.
You gotta
Like,
get
I
those-
was like,
Me too. I was a real player.
such a goodie. I was like, people would sneak out. I'd be like, I'm not leaving campus.
Oh,
Or people would
did
drink,
not.
and I'd be like, I'm not doing that. Like,
No,
and
and
then
as a full drinker, I definitely did not because I did not want that to be the reason.
No, I was like, no way. I did everything they told me to do.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm very much rule follower.
Yeah. And I would see other people not, and I was like, oh, they're gonna get.
I
The
also
bad-
witnessed people
Bad
getting
Boys
kicked.
Club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
didn't see.
witnessed
No one got
people
kicked
getting
off.
kicked off.
No, none
I
of that
witnessed
happened
it.
in my season. Oh, really? Tell me about that.
Like
I was going to say, I
crazily.
want to know this.
Okay,
Yeah.
so like my next door, we were in a hotel, and I had a roommate, she was also really great and played by the rules, but our next door neighbors ordered room service and they were like, this is how we're gonna get around the no drinking thing. Again, I don't think they
Oh.
do this anymore. I don't think they have these rules anymore, but we could not drink. So they just ordered their wine with room service, and the room service came up with plane tickets to go home the next day.
That is so
Oh, that's scandal.
crazy.
Oh my God.
Oh, love
Well,
that.
yeah, but
I'm
here's
like,
the
I'm
thing.
not
Here's the
doing that.
thing. If you stink, they won't keep you. But if you're really good and they want you, they'll just let you do whatever you want.
Probably. I mean, they also definitely, like I would always say, they have their way of weeding out the bad ones.
Yeah.
Or
But
or
I
the bad
remember on my
attitude
season,
people.
there were people that had bad attitudes and that like left and like drank and did all kinds of things that they knew about, and they were like, they didn't care. But
Yeah,
maybe
I
by
mean,
season 8, I don't know.
because you and I would have only overlapped by actually like not maybe a year because they
It might be a
did
year
2
because of
seasons
it.
a
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
And I think it was just 1 year. You were doing blind auditions probably when I was just
Oh,
getting
your
done.
season was the season that I knew I was going to be on the show.
Yeah, sure.
They you know how like about a year it takes like a year to get through that whole process, and I
Yes.
started watching during your season,
Oh
and I was
God.
like, oh, this is the girl that I'm the most like, so I'm gonna like do rock stuff like she does.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
I mean, I also did that a little bit, almost to my chagrin, because it was hard for me to watch it knowing that I was going to be on it. And there was a girl named Kat also was on season 5, and she sang all the rock stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's my character. That's who I got casted as. Like, take note. But it made me nervous. And I was like, I'm not gonna watch anymore. I can't do it.
No, I know what you mean. It made me nervous too. I watched the Craig Wayne Boyd season, was the one before mine.
Yes.
And I was like, well, how did Matt McAnder not win? And then I was like,
Right.
the country boy always wins. Okay, I get this now.
100%. 100%. All I wanted was to
The
get compared to Matt McAndrew on my season, and I didn't
Dude, the
get it.
kid that won my season was like 15 years old, and I think they gave him hair extensions.
Who won your
Sawyer
season?
Fredericks.
Sawyer. He just came up on my algorithm again.
He is a very sweet person, and his family is super nice. His mom just reached out to me like a year ago, maybe not even a year ago, because she heard me singing on a TV show she was watching on Netflix. Like, they're just
Oh my
very
God.
sweet. They own like a beef farm. They're very like down to
Yeah.
earth, like salt of the earth people. They're very kind. They were super nice. I actually was like, not I don't want to say like I was nervous for him, but like I was like, whoa, this kid, this is a lot of attention for somebody that is so young. Like, and the family was so like they were not from like a big city, and like it was a
Yeah.
little like whoa.
And you're in Hollywood. We had a lot of young ones. I had Jake Worthington on my season, and he was 16, and still, they made him do
Go to school.
on
Yeah,
top of.
they made him do
all-
school on top of everything.
And I just remember
That's so
thinking, thank
crazy.
God I don't have that, because
Oh, me
our
too. I
days
remember
were
just being like,
so full.
imagine also trying to concentrate on anything except the awesome.
Oh my
like,
God.
how could you concentrate on
No,
anything
The
but what was
square
going on?
root of 2 is
And
Yeah.
then you're like, I'm in Hollywood backstage doing my school.
Yeah, like it was
Are you
that
kidding
that
me?
had to be so weird. But yeah, it was
Fuck.
it was a really fun season. I wish that I had not tried to game it so much. Like I really tried to like project a certain character or certain thing, because I was like, this is gonna be like in its own lane and last longer on the show. And had just been more like easygoing about it.
That actually feeds right into this question that I had for you. Like, did you feel like, in retrospect now, were you being fully yourself, or did you feel this pressure to swim in a lane or fit a certain mold or a
Oh,
certain
I felt an enormous
narrative
amount
and
of
story?
pressure but it was self-induced. Like I
Sure.
knew, because my voice is gritty, that I could nail the rock stuff, and that not a lot of people can do that. So I went for
Right.
that, but that isn't like my favorite genre. Like I wouldn't have picked those songs.
Sure.
So Now it's
Yeah.
like, I wish that I had just done me a little more. But at the time, I wasn't as developed of a person that I am now. I mean,
Right.
everybody is as they get older. So
Right. Same. I was also the oldest. I was like the oldest on my season.
yeah,
You know, we would
I
have been
was
pretty much the
almost the
same age.
oldest. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were like, "Whose mom are you?" And I was like, "Your mom."
Yours.
You're like, are you
Yours.
the chaperone? Chaperones aren't
Yeah.
allowed back here.
Yeah.
Okay, so was there a moment when it stopped feeling like a competition, like reality show, and started feeling like there was something deeper?
Oh, yeah. I think the bonding with the other castmates was like something that I didn't expect. Like I expected to go there to compete and I didn't expect that I would make lifelong friends and sort of have this lifelong family with people from all different seasons. Like and I just didn't expect that I would bond with so many people in the cast and go through we had so many emotional
Yeah.
conversations and so many moments backstage and stuff
Yeah.
that um that I got to go through with a lot of the other castmates and that was game changing for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for
Yeah,
example,
there's
my battle that
definitely
I did with this girl. Oh no, go ahead.
no, you go.
Sorry. So I did this
It's
battle
all
with this
you.
girl Hannah Kirby. She was like 20. We had
I
such a great
loved
time,
her.
like, rehearsing. Yeah, I love her, and we rehearsed, like, out in the parking lot, and we just became, like, super close, and I didn't expect that. I would sorta be like a big sister to her, like, expected to be like, I'm battling somebody, like, I'm not their friend, I'm like, but it wasn't like
Right.
that. Like, it really is like a camaraderie. It's not like you are a rival to anybody.
Right.
I'm done now with that.
Oh, what I was gonna love and period. No, what I was saying was that um the people that you're with, especially on these seasons, are the only people that will realize and recognize what you guys all went through together. Like nobody outside of that circle will ever understand
Oh, right.
what
It
happened.
is exactly like that reality TV show like bond that you have with people. Like even people on Idol or AGT or whatever, you're like, yeah, oh no, we all know. Like we all watch TV differently. Like I watch Drag Race. I love Drag Race and like I'm like, I don't trust this B-roll. Like, you know what I mean? Like we just all know that like it's
Right.
not to ruin this for anybody, but like it's not always what it seems. And I
RuPaul
find
Especially
quoted it
B-roll.
correctly.
and
Especially
don't you
B-roll.
find
That
there's
is so funny.
like a pressure to like when people are like, how was your coach and how was the show? And like there's almost like this like it's easier to just be like everything was magical than to be like, oh, like um,
Yeah.
like to like be like, oh well, there's actually like a different vocal coach that we have outside of the coaches, like
Right.
just like let them in on the reality of it, or even the reality of like you being like recruited because they don't think that they think we all waited
Yeah.
outside and like a
I
line
know.
in the rain.
Mhm.
And it's like,
Yeah. In the
you
snow
don't,
up here. Right.
yeah,
Like,
like
yeah.
you don't want to ruin that for somebody, like for the
That is
magic of it.
so true.
But
Yeah.
my wife is a big fan of the show. And it's actually how we met because she was a fan. I found an old picture, a screenshot from myself from 2019 in her phone of my Instagram. And I was like, girl, you're a stalker. But
Stop it.
yeah, so but she like doesn't wanna like she's like you ruined that for me.
Oh
So
my God. I know.
yeah, I'm
I
like, I'm
get it.
sorry. The reality
Sorry
is
about that.
different. I
Reality
mean,
versus reality.
but it's so interesting. Like the actual reality I think is so interesting. But people that watch the show, they want to believe like the that it's really gonna change this person's life. And it does change your life, but it's not like in the magnitude that you are
Correct.
sold. Like they sell you this.
It doesn't look like, yeah.
Yeah, you're not like now I sell out stadiums and I'm the next Lady Gaga. You're not, you know what I mean? Like you're like lucky if you like get to be like Fantasia. You're like, I'm super lucky.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
super unbelievably lucky. I would consider her like a massive success and she's not like
Right.
Kelly Clarkson.
Mhm.
So it's like, yeah, you just it looks different in daylight than it does on TV.
That's perfect to lead into this next question while my cat meows in the background.
I'm so good, aren't I?
You are so good.
Just leading into all the questions.
I know. Tryton, go.
So after The Voice ended, what did that immediate aftermath look like for you?
Okay, so I did a huge Kickstarter and I raised $42,000 to make my first album.
That's
which was
right.
awesome. And
Damn.
I made a record, but things were confusing because on the one hand, I had this like life that I used to have, and now I'm playing at these places and I can't just go out and sit there and wait until like I play and then play like 3 45-minute sets while people are like eating dinner. Like it's different now. Like I'm playing at clubs where it's
Yeah.
like ticketed and I have to like stay backstage. All of that felt really good to me, but I think it really like upset my ex-husband because he felt that
Wow.
like he was not as important, I think,
Oh, yes, I
as
can
like
Yeah.
I
think of
was. And there
this.
was sort of a like ego thing that happened that caused some drama. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
that was tough. Yeah.
I mean, in feelings wise, sorry, I Triton, I have to touch on this because I have the same exact story, and I am no longer with, I never married him, but we were close enough to marriage. But there was just so many feelings of how it all changed, and then he was Cat Perkins' guitar player instead of
Yeah.
his identity.
Yes.
And
Same.
it became so messy in ego world of like, or like people, if we were like at meet and greets and maybe you experienced this, and they would like hand him the camera, or just on the street, or they'd be like, hey, will you take a
Oh, I've
picture of me and
experienced this.
Kat?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
he would be like, don't ever fucking let that happen, like get somebody else to do it. Like I'm not your personal assistant. Also, I would like to be in the photo. I'm like, oh,
My
right.
ex wasn't like that bad, but it was a thing. And like I think he really dove into his drinking and I was just like in denial of it all. It just all kind of was a wild ride. But I think it was definitely like a turning point for us in our relationship where like I knew that I was capable of more and wanted more and
Sure.
didn't just want to play at like clubs where people didn't pay
Yeah.
attention forever or just make like indie
Right.
music for like nobody. And he wanted to stay in that lane because it was really comfortable for him.
Sure.
Yeah.
It was,
It changed the hunger for you, I think, right? That's what it
yeah,
did
it
for me.
just changed. And also like it changed me as a musician. Like I learned how to really learn a song and how to perform and how to,
Yeah.
it changed. And then once I learned, I was like, whoa, I really grew. I'm going to do that again and again and again and just keep growing. Like I still take voice lessons and still work on my
Yes.
craft. And like he didn't do that as much. And it put us both in different places.
Yeah.
And that was
I hear
hard.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in a plot twist, and I know maybe there's others that have done this. I just don't know about it because I'm obsessed with you. But you then made the decision to go on America's Got Talent.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
What
Plot
the
twist.
hell?
Oops, I did it again.
How? How did you
'Cause
go, you know
they
what? I want to take this fucking ride again. Like, I mean,
because
that's
I just did. Like, okay, so they contacted me because so my TikToks like started to go viral. I had like a pretty big TikTok channel, and my
okay.
TikToks were like blowing up during COVID. So they reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to audition for the show, and I was like, all
Oh,
right. I mean, I had such a good time on The Voice that I was like, let's do it again. Like, let's just do it. Let's do it again. Why not? Like, if they called me to be on Chopped, I'd do it. I love TV.
Oh, hell
listen,
yeah.
if if it wasn't a singing competition, I would probably do it too. But yeah, I don't think I could do another singing competition. I was just like,
Really?
holy shit. I don't know. I mean, I
Do like
still
the
have
Masked Singer.
high cortisol.
Come
Yeah,
now,
do the
but
on.
yeah,
Masked
maybe if I had
Singer.
a
Put on a
mask.
put on a jellyfish
was
costume and walk out there.
Yeah, I'd crush it now. Like I wish I could do it now because I'm so much better of a
Well,
singer and I'm much more fully formed as a performer and a person. And I'd be like, sorry guys,
but that's
it's
part
mama's
of the
turn.
thing that makes good TV is that nobody's done it. So then it's all this like,
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know, they don't
messy.
really exploit that, but yeah, but
And then you
like,
get to go
Yeah,
back for an All-Stars.
but when
I
you go,
know.
when you right, they they will. They'll do it. They're gonna do it. They will.
They need to do it. They're
They
gonna
need to do
call
it.
you, girl.
Oh,
And you're
I don't
gonna
know.
be
I don't
like,
even know if I
I don't
could
think I
do
can
it.
do it. You're gonna be like, I can't
I
do
would
it.
be
Yes,
like,
I will.
She's like,
I
call
can't.
Sarah.
I can't
Bitch,
call
you're
Sarah.
gonna
I
do
can't sing
it.
Barracuda anymore.
Girl, you're gonna do
I
it.
need you two to battle. I need
Mhm.
you
Can't
to
belt
a
like that
battle
anymore.
round.
So when you went to America's Got Talent, was it sort of the same beginning of like that? Like, I don't know how that goes. So did you have to go like through executives before we ever
No,
saw
it was
you?
so wild, right? So America's Got Talent, they literally are like, what are you going to sing? Did you bring a track with you? Cool. Here, wait in this room for like 12 hours and then just go out on stage and do it. And
Stop
here's what's
it.
so insane. My season on AGT was during COVID. So I got to the Pasadena Convention Center. It was a 2-day thing, literally 2 days. I got there. I did one day where I went on stage and like rehearsed the song. And then the next day I went and auditioned. And they had filled the audience with blow up dolls with like He-Man masks because it was like COVID and nobody was in the
Stop it.
audience. And you walked out there after you had like this serious conversation with that Terry guy. And then you were like, all right, I have to perform this song. Like my life depends on it in front of these blow up dolls and Simon Cowell. Cool.
Cool.
Oh, and at one point they were doing B-roll and they took a leaf blower like to my face. And I was like,
Stop it.
Stop it.
They do all the B-roll and everything in like one day. They just keep you there for like an 18-hour day and then they're like, see ya. Yeah,
That
they
is
didn't care what
so
you did. It was
crazy.
so hands off that it blew my mind. Like they didn't even care what
It's
you
like,
wore.
you're the
what you-
producer. Go out there.
I don't know. They just were like, just get out there and do something. You got talent, right? Okay. Yes, dude. It was a wild day. Yeah. Yeah.
Did going on a second show feel different the second time around than when you were on The Voice?
Yes. I just was like, oh, okay, I got this. I know what's happening. And then I did it. And I was like, cool, I'm going to go to In-N-Out Burger after this. Like it didn't, I wasn't
Oh my
like,
God.
you know what I mean? It wasn't like the same
Yes.
level of like excitement. It was more just like, is this happening again? Cool.
Absolutely.
Oh my God. I wish that that's what I do wish that I could.
Yeah, but that's what you would be like if it was like an
experience.
All-Stars. You would just be like,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
You like know the process. You're like, okay, perfect.
Yeah, you would
I'd
be
still
like,
be
whatever.
nervous, but yeah, you just be like, I've been here before. I get it. Touch up my
Yeah.
lipstick. Thank you very much. I'll be right off.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
I'm just going to go sing this real quick. And then are we eating or what's happening now?
Totally.
Also,
I said that Tryton
Oh,
because
go-
I had a big blow up one day about my lipstick. Not in a diva moment.
Lord.
I didn't want anyone to touch me. I was so nervous. So I was like, please don't do my lipstick. Please.
No, they like
I
went
can't handle it.
constantly when you're off stage touching you.
That's silly. I was like, please just
and you're
stop.
You're
like,
like, get
I
away
can't.
from me.
Yeah, and you're like, I look the same as
Can't
I
do it.
looked. Like, how is this doing anything?
Yeah, you're like, Deborah, my lips haven't changed.
They haven't changed in
Deborah,
the last
stop.
6 minutes. Yeah.
When you were on The Voice and America's Got Talent, did you get paid? If that's not too much of an obvious question.
I got paid to do
Were
The
you, like,
Voice,
paid-
but
Okay.
it was like union. It was $250 a week plus a $50 a day per diem during all of the preparing and all that stuff, and then it was like $1,100 an episode, and then AGT was no pay at all, nothing. They put you at like a
Okay.
hotel and
really?
gave you a COVID test.
Did they
I
pay
think
for
they
any
gave me
food?
like a
Or they-
lunch.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So they paid
Yeah.
like travel and
They paid travel,
sacrifice.
and that was it. Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think
Go ahead.
no, go ahead. I got nothing.
No.
We
I was
also have
just gonna say-
nothing. So
But I think if you win AGT, you get like $1 million. If you win The Voice, you just get like a record deal of some sort. So I think,
A fake record deal.
I was like, have
a
we ever
fake-
seen
I
these
was gonna
record
say,
deals?
yeah.
Where are they at? I would
No,
like to read the
I actually
contract.
I keep in touch with the winner of my season, and he was very transparent about it. And I was just so curious, and I was like, what is going to happen? He's like, well, we recorded an EP, but he's like, he already
Nothing's
knew by the
gonna
time he
happen.
got done.
Yeah.
Yeah. He already
Nothing.
knew
Yeah,
by the time he
yeah.
got done recording it, they were like, we're not going to do anything. And he went to Broadway and starred in Pippin for like 3 months. And then that was just it. Nothing happened. And he never
Yeah.
got the rights back to any of that stuff.
I
Like, it
literally
was
feel
just
like
out.
I'm doing better than like most of the people that won that show.
Same. You and I both have just kind of carved a path that we knew
Yeah.
like it was probably better not to win.
Yeah, I mean, I would've-
I say it all the time.
that would have been fun. I would have been cool with winning,
Sure.
but I don't think that it would have.
I think we
I
would
don't
be
think-
would have
We'd be the same.
I think
yeah.
we would have been behind that curve. And by the time they let you out of that contract, would you have gotten your 42,000, Kickstarter?
Yeah, I don't.
Would you
yeah,
have-
it was.
like I don't remember
whatever.
her.
Yeah, it was all.
Because
it was
time
all-
goes so fast.
time goes so fast, and they're on to the next season. But it was good.
Yeah,
It was.
and then you're
You
just
know,
like forgotten.
I had a great time, honestly, and I got a bunch of cool clothes that I don't fit into anymore.
Same.
Oh my god! Speaking
I
of which,
just
what size? Wait, what size shoes do you wear?
like a 6 or a 5.
Oh, forget it.
Really a
I wear an
5.
11. They got me
I have a
these
6,
really
Forget it.
amazing.
but
I wear an 11. They got me these fry boots that have skulls on them and are like they're so Cat Perkins, and
ah,
they were like $800 and they're size 10, and I can't fit them
damn it.
anymore. And I would have sent them to you. Yeah, but they're a
Damn
10.
it,
I
girl.
have 2 pairs of them. They're really awesome. Yeah,
I
I
literally
try.
I just vacuum sealed everything finally because I can't get rid of it. It's so weird. I don't know why, but like I just
I
can't. So
sold a
I
bunch of
vacuum
mine
sealed it. I
in my
saw you doing that. I
Kickstarter.
remember having
Yeah, or in
yes,
my like fashion. I used to like just sell. I sold it to people, to fans that wanted it.
it's
I was
so
like, here's
great.
my
I mean,
jacket, my Freebird jacket.
I
How
should
much?
have.
$500.
I should have. I really should have. I just couldn't. And I don't fit into any of it anymore. So it's
No,
like,
I don't fit into any of that stuff.
okay, here's the weird point. We're going to take a little break. We're going to be right back. Much more with Sarah Potenza when we come back.
Welcome back to Aftermath. We're going to jump right back in with Sarah. So my first question is, you've been very open about facing rejection and industry pressure, especially around image. Did reality TV amplify that?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I didn't get any dick pics, and it upset me. No, like I said earlier too, though, but like it did. Yeah, of course, there were definitely. I think there is a connection between like popularity and image, but I do think that I think there's like this magic in being yourself, and you have to accept that like your faults, not faults, but like the things that you don't like about yourself might be the things that make you like the most unique and special. And reality TV can kind of amplify some of your like insecurities about those things. Um
Mm-hmm.
because if you read like the YouTube comments, it will make you sad, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But also I will say this. They didn't have, and I was much smaller than I am now. I was probably 40 pounds smaller than I am now. And they did not have any clothes my size. That like they had this big room of like wardrobe stuff, and all
Sure.
the girls could pick like whatever they wanted. And that leather jacket that I wore on my blind audition was literally from the men's. Like they didn't have anything my size. And I only wore like an extra large then. So it was just like, come on, guys. I mean, maybe
Sure.
they do now,
That's
but
so
like
crazy.
that was upsetting to me. Like that definitely made me feel like a freak. You know what I mean? Like where they literally just don't have your size. I mean, that like sucked
Yeah.
because there were so many cool clothes that like I wanted to wear, and it was like water,
Yeah.
water everywhere, but not a drop to drink kind of thing. And
Right.
that sucked for me. And I don't know. I feel like I definitely have always just kind of done my own thing and tried not to care too much about that, and tried to preach like to not care about that, because like you're never going to be everyone's cup of tea. It's just like not possible. And then if you are, like, okay, for example, there was a girl on my season um who was very, very beautiful, and she came to my hotel room one night and she was like super upset, and she was like, I'm just like afraid, like when the live shows come, like I, I'm like, I'm not like you, Sarah. Like, I know that I'm only here because of what I look like and not like because of like the singing. And I was like, I didn't know there was like a downside to being a skinny bitch. Like, I didn't know that she knew. You know what I mean? So like,
Right.
I think there's a downside to either, probably.
So we talked a little bit about your romantic relationship and the fallout that maybe happened a little bit, or you just because you grew and became sort of like you were
Yeah,
finding yourself.
yeah,
And for me, that was a very big thing too of just like kind of becoming I always wanted to find my new normal after the show, and it was hard for me. And it affected
right.
all of my relationships. And it also affected my friendships. And like, did you find that people treated you differently? Did people look at
Yeah.
you as like this, famous person? And then how did you gain the trust of people again after that and finding your new support system? Like I really struggled.
People in my circle that were like hipster cool, like East Nashville hip cool people, kind of looked at it like cheating in a way, and were kind of like looked down
Yeah.
on doing a reality show, and that kind of sucked.
Yeah.
And then people from like back home now put me like in this like weird, like on this weird pedestal where like I don't know. And then people would ask for favors and
Yes.
stuff, and it would be like, no, like you can't open for me, you stink. But you didn't like I used to like play music with you or do whatever with you because like I was on that level, but I grew, but you didn't grow, and I can't like do anything about that. So like
Yeah.
it kind of felt bad in that way.
That is so
Also, people
like
thought like, did people think this of you? Like people thought I was like a snobby bitch after, and it was like I remember people being
God,
mad at me, like Rhode Island people, because I wouldn't like play at this. Not people, but the people who own this one
oh my
venue.
God.
They were all mad at me because I used to play there, and it's like I'm not gonna go play for $200 and some pizza. Like no offense, like
Okay.
I was
Yes.
grateful for it at the
This
time,
happened
and
to me.
yeah, like but I can't do that anymore.
I would get this weird thing of like, especially hometown, because I'm originally from North Dakota, but I've lived in Minnesota. So I had like the double representation on The Voice. But then when I asked for money to come back to my hometown to do like a big school assembly and whatever, there were so many moms that were like, are you fucking kidding me? And like, we're going to raise money for this girl who should be donating her time. That's 11 hours away from where I live now, by the way. So like, never mind that I don't live there anymore, but like I definitely got that. And I think people thought that I somehow got really rich. I mean, in fact,
Yeah,
if
people
you
think yes, people think that, which is
like if
crazy.
you
Like if you
Google
Google me, I'm
our
like,
net worth,
yeah, it's like she's worth $1 million, and I'm like,
yeah, and I'm like, that's
I'm
not
like
even
maybe like
not even real.
$45.
Maybe like 45, maybe.
Yeah, I'm
Maybe.
like,
But then my cat
but
needs
no,
to eat
like
and then I don't
to
have
have
it.
the fucking to have the nerve to charge what you feel that you're worth, like it, people get like really like offended about it. Yeah,
Oh, totally. It was
totally
hard for me to
offended.
trust people.
Yeah, I definitely feel like it was strange, but then there were awesome things. Like when I went to my high school reunion, my 20-year reunion, I walked in and everybody stood up and started clapping. And I was like living my Romeo and Michelle moment. Like I was like, this is amazing.
I just got the
It was
goosebumps.
great.
How many kids did you have in your class?
200.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was awesome. I actually just went a couple weeks ago to one of my former high school like classmates is a teacher now at an art school. And I just went to like speak at his school, like because I was in Rhode Island playing a show. So, and he was like, "Oh, I'd love for you to like talk to my students sometime, like on Zoom." And I was like, "I'm in Rhode Island, like I'll just come to your school." And like I love to do stuff like that. Like that. So that's the upside to it is like you get to be giving and like if people want to and are receptive to it, like you can I don't know. I think like I would have loved to have someone like that come to my high school. So that's
100%.
kind of the fun part of it.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, we're getting so close, but it's just so fun talking to you. But
No, I'm having so much
I
fun.
want to.
Okay. So, what was it like watching yourself back, knowing how many people were actually seeing it?
Oh my God. Insane.
Did you watch it back?
Oh my God, yeah, I went to a bar and watched it with a bunch of my friends when it was on, and it was like
Yeah. So did I.
mind-blowing. Although it was actually like a really weird night, like because I watched it and it was awesome, and then my phone blew up like crazy, obvs, and that was really fun. But then I guess the news, my back home, the news went to a party that like my in-laws were at and not the party where like my mom was.
Oh.
And my mom was so pissed. And then like it just sucked having to deal with that. Like it sucked that night. Like she was really upset. And like I had to deal with that. And it made me feel like, oh, some kind of weird commodity.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
I had a weird this is your life moment. Like, because my blind audition I was home for, thank God. And we did that viewing party. But I have 2 ex-husbands and I had a current boyfriend at that time. And then there was just so many people from my life that I was like, what is happening? High school friends?
No,
Like,
it's too much. It's too much.
both ex-husbands, both of their families, so both of my in-laws. Like,
Oh,
it was
God.
a lot.
That's a lot.
It was a lot coming at me at once. And it was
Kat,
like,
you put
whew,
2
I know.
ex-husbands and their families and your current boyfriend all in the same room to watch this?
100%.
Honey, what were you thinking?
Well, they just came. I just invited anyone who wanted to come. I didn't,
Oh my
I didn't know
God,
they would
that
all
is
show up.
crazy.
I know. They did it.
No, that's
my
a no for
toxic
me,
trait
dog.
of
That's a no for
being
me.
friends with all my exes. That's a no for me.
Yeah,
dog.
that's a no for me, dog. Nah, no.
Okay. All right. Let's see where I want to go with this. For me, I knew right away that there was going to be something way bigger that was going to happen. And I obviously didn't know how far I was going to make it. And I was just trying to do the best I could. But there was a very early turning point where I was like, I'm going to turn this into something bigger than me. Like, I knew I wanted to either teach, inspire, talk about it, motivationally speak something, no matter how far I made it. I'm guessing you had that realization. And when did it happen for you where it was like, this is going to be way bigger than just this experience, and I'm going to make something of this?
I think when my high school, they were like cutting part of the music program. Like and I went
That's right. I
to
remember
the
this.
town meeting because I happened to just be in Rhode Island at that time. And I got to speak on behalf of the music department, and they did not cut that part of the music department after that. And I called like the news and was like, hey, this is Sarah Potenza. I was on NBC's The Voice, and like, I'm going to go to this town hall meeting. And it like made like NBC and ABC and like all these people showed up
My
because I
God.
did that. And it was pretty cool to get to do that. So that was like a big
That's
moment
really
for
cool.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was like the biggest big like where I was like, oh, now I can like use this platform for other things.
Yeah. And people
Yeah.
will listen to what I have to say.
Yeah.
So if you could go back and talk to yourself right before your blind audition, what would you say to yourself?
Don't pick Blake, pick Adam. His team is where you belong.
Oh my God. What if that would have
That's-
happened?
That's exactly what I would say, honestly. After I picked Blake, I was like, I had this feeling in the pit of my stomach where I was like, what did you do, girl? Why did you pick this cowboy? He's not gonna get you. What are you thinking?
He doesn't get you.
He doesn't get you the way Adam would. Yeah.
In-
That's
in
what I
that
would
same-
say.
In that same vein, what would you tell your younger self at this point? Would you be like, girl, you're going to do this. You're going to be successful. Would you define success differently? What would you tell her?
Oh, I would tell her to like stop wasting her time smoking pot and like hanging out with stupid people and to just get it together and like own her awesomeness and just own it and like get it together and like
Oh, I love that.
yeah, that's what I would tell her. Like get it together and like take this shit seriously because you're really good at your craft and you're only going to get better at it.
Yes, girl.
Yeah.
All right. Now we're going to do something really fun to end this. And thank you so much. This like,
You're welcome.
I could listen to
had
you
so
all
much
day.
fun. Oh my
We
God.
could do like an 8-hour
we
episode.
could do like an 8-hour episode.
Of Sarah
Live from
Potenza.
Nashville next time.
Live from Nashville.
Come to my home.
Dreams,
I have
goals.
a lovely home.
We will. Don't even tempt us.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
and
say,
I
I'm
own
only
my own
3 hours,
house.
so
I own my house. I can
hell
put up whatever
yeah.
screen I want.
Hell yeah.
No, that's not true. My wife won't let me.
well, we listen to the wife.
Well,
Also,
yes,
we need
do.
to meet. We need to get together with your cat. So it's cat
Oh,
squared.
she's amazing. You'll love
and
her. She's amazing.
I'm sure I would. All right,
Okay,
TT,
so we
let's
have
do something fun.
we have a little game. So it's just
Okay.
like a rapid fire. I'm just gonna ask you either this or that, or just
Okay.
a quick answer, whatever is off the top of your head. So
Okay.
the rapid fire: Simon Cowell or Blake Shelton?
Simon Cowell.
Cover song or original song?
Cover song.
Nashville or Chicago?
Nashville.
Crowd of 10 people or crowd of 10,000 people?
10,000 people.
Ooh.
Rollerblade or roller skate?
Ooh, that's a tough one because roller skates are so much cooler looking, but the blades are probably easier because I'm a good ice skater. It's a tie.
Ooh. Hidden talents we
Tie.
didn't know about.
Dream duet partner?
Kat Perkins, duh.
Stop it.
Duh.
Tour bus or fly in and out?
Tour bus. I love the bus.
Drag race or
Same.
Dragula?
I don't know what you just said to me.
Drag race or Dragula?
Drag race. What's Dragula? Is that a TV show?
What's Dragula?
But Dragula is like the emo queens where they like staple things to each other.
Oh, I don't want that.
What? I've never heard of this.
Oh yeah.
No.
I thought
they're
it was
like,
gonna
no.
say, I thought you were gonna say drag race, so then my secondary on drag race is Snatch Game or Rusical.
A snatch game.
Heard. And that's our game.
Oh my God, that was so much fun.
I mean, listen, I can't thank you enough for doing this. And like, I'm serious.
Anytime.
We have-
Always.
We have talked about doing shows together for so many years. It needs to
We have.
happen somehow.
We're gonna
I don't
make it
know how we'll
happen.
do this.
And then text me after this and I'll connect you with those gigs.
oh my God, yeah, absolutely. Please, 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 please.
Yeah, I got you.
We do need to ask you if I don't see it in here. Sorry. Oh, Tryton, this is you. This is your question.
Before we wrap, where can our listeners follow you and stay connected? Stream your music, including your new release of Kiss You All Over.
Oh my God, thank you.
Woo, woo.
They can stream me on like Apple, Google Play, Spotify, like all that stuff. Just look me up. And then I have a website. It's sarahpotenza.net. I used to own the .com, but I don't anymore. And I think they sell some lotions in a different language. I don't know what those lotions do, um,
Love.
I try to keep my website up to date. It's hard sometimes because the girl's busy, but just look on my Instagram or my TikTok. My Instagram especially has my link tree and it has all the information about like where I'm playing and stuff like that. And um, please stream my music. That's the most important thing. People are like, "What can we do to help you?" I'm like, stream my music."
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got
Thank
a
you
new
for your
record coming out,
honesty.
so come get it.
Oh, good.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah,
Thank you for being honest and vulnerable with us.
always.
Such a powerful conversation. And I'm telling you, you will not regret following you and streaming your music. And just, you have such great content.
I'm
You're
laughing because thank
amazing.
you. I thought you were gonna say you will not regret anything you said. And I was like, I might.
You will not regret anything you said either.
Maybe.
I know you
I
won't.
adore you guys. Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure to meet you, Tryton, and
Thank you.
we need to
Absolutely.
connect and let's just connect. Let's stay connected and I'll talk to you guys
Yes,
soon.
please.
Okay.
Bye. Thank
Let me
you. Love
know.
you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Love you. Bye.
Will do. Bye. Love y'all.
Aftermath.
Holy shit balls.
I don't even know what to say.
Do you not just love her?
Love her energy is literally so
It's
infesting. Like I'm just like
infectious.
or infectious. I'm just like so ready to like go run a marathon and just like scream from the rooftop. I feel like just so jazzed up.
Yeah, like
I'm like
I
I'm
wanted to talk to her
reinvigorated. Oh,
every
I
day.
need absolutely like I need a phone call from her every morning.
And I again, biggest fan of hers, but like for our listeners though who will listen to this, her voice is something so different than you've ever heard. Like it is just there's a touch of soul in there. There is like a touch of rock. There is a touch of just fuck you power, basically, kind of just punchy and believable and you literally will be enthralled by watching her sing and listening to it.
Yeah, I think I love that she's one of the people that it's like she's not singing, she's telling you a story
Yeah.
and fully like enveloped. I'm not like, "Oh my god, she's a great singer," which she is, but it's like, "Oh, that was
Yeah.
a killer story." Like when I listen to her, I'm like, "Oh, she's telling me a movie plot line." And I'm just like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, this is so amazing," which not everybody can do. So it's very a keen point of her work for me.
And something that I envy, which I do not do, especially anymore, is like her style is on point. Like what she chooses, her costumes and her glasses and her hair, like she's also just such a one of one. She's one of the most unique people I've ever seen, and she puts it all together for the stage, and like she never leaves you bored at all.
Yeah, I took a scroll on her TikTok multiple times and her last photo was her riding a horse for her
Yeah,
new single. Then the
her
last one
shoot.
where we were talking about rollerblades or roller skates because she had done a cover and she was wearing this like disco outfit roller skating through a roller rink.
Yes.
And I'm like, this is so random, but like I'm so into it. Just like I'm like, I want to know everything about I wanted to be there when they filmed it.
She never really answered the definition of success, but I think what I would like to say in this debrief is she is the definition of success.
I was gonna say she's paving the way currently.
She's literally, running so that we can walk and she will always persevere and she will always reinvent herself and find that next thing and I just it's so fun to watch her journey.
I also love that she is so outspoken and not a diva with her
Right.
power and talent. And she goes home and does um, speaking to make sure we save the arts
I
and
know.
truly using her voice as an actual powerful tool, especially
Yeah.
in um,
A
the
voice for
world we're living in. Yeah, I
LGBTQ
was like, the
and
world we're living in. It's
yeah.
nice to make
And
sure
she's
that you
got
speak your mind.
no shame. Like she gives zero fucks about pushback. And she's like, when she came out of the closet and watching all of that, she's so confident. And I want to be her.
Well, we're going to be your new best friends. So
1000%.
okay, so to everyone listening, if this episode resonated with you. Subscribe, rate, and share Aftermath, Life After Reality TV, with someone who needs to hear it.
And let us know who you want us to talk to next. Put it right there in the comments.
We will see you next time on Aftermath,
Aftermath.
Life After Reality TV.
Woohoo! Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Aftermath is produced by TK Productions, in-studio production by Kat Perkins, theme song also by me, and your co-hosts are Tryton Landseedle and Kat Perkins. We'll see you next week.